Across the landscape of Central Virginia, thousands of people who have suffered setbacks from a variety of injuries and illnesses are finding pathways to lives that have a high degree of independence and flexibility. A balanced use of high technology, high skill level, and high-touch compassion are all employed to help patients of Sheltering Arms find that path. The results of the Sheltering Arms approach are quite clear.
Over the last 3 years, we've invested heavily in those areas, education and technology, and we're beginning to see the results come through from studies that we're doing on outcomes. Those studies are showing that people get better quicker, sooner, regain more independence and function than ever before, and go home sooner. To us, that's amazing.
Sheltering Arms' success today has a direct link to the Sheltering Arms that began in 1889 under the guidance and inspiration of founder Rebecca Peterkin. Remarkably, Ms. Peterkin's vision of care for the people of her community remains solidly intact in the 21st century.
I think Rebecca Peterkin and her small group were the very definition of the servant leader, the individual who serves without compensation, who's driven to do good. And Sheltering Arms has been blessed with generation after generation after generation of leaders of that sort. So the template she laid inspires all of us even today. The fundamental commitment to mission, to doing good, to serving the community, to ensuring that people with incredibly challenging health issues get the best possible care that's available. That's never changed.
Changes, however, are most certainly in store for Sheltering Arms and our patients and their families. That's because our successful work today, while recognized internationally, have not yet satisfied our ambitions for the future.
As excited as we are about these outcomes, we feel we're just at the beginning stages of what can be. And what does that mean for the community? For the community, it means that if you or your family member or a relative suffers from a stroke and they come to Sheltering Arms, it's very probable that they'll go home in much better condition than they would have if they didn't come here.
We're at a time in our history where it's time to make bold decisions. And as one of our most beloved board members, Buford Scott, said not too long ago, it is time to really embark on a grand plan.
This grand plan includes a future of rehabilitation that almost stretches the limits of one's imagination.
As you hear more about our exciting plans to build a futuristic, iconic, state-of-the-art institute that will provide a huge array of services, from wellness services to inpatient services to concussion care services to sports medicine services, the foundation is going to be there with the hospital and with the hospital board to support and enable that to happen.
Pushing these up a little bit.
It's the combination of using some of the most highly skilled clinicians and putting in their hands some of the best advanced technologies that are available today that really make the difference in the outcomes that we're seeing in patients.
The future holds endless possibilities for the patients we serve at Sheltering Arms.
The future is, for me, just incredibly inspiring, but it means nothing if we can't energize our community to share the dream with us, to move the vision forward together, just as they did in the past. And so the big challenge, I think, for the leadership going forward, for our servant leaders, for our executives, etc., is to translate that into this community in a way that everyone wants to own it. Everyone wants to be a part of it, and everyone wants to experience the joy in the success of these patients who really have their lives changed by this organization.
To me, this is a really pivotal point in our history. and a point at which time we can really impact quality of life for many more people. And the foundation will enable that, will fuel that vision.